Hello everybody. I'm outside here on a nice overcast afternoon. And this right here is West Indian arrowroot. I forget the proper name right off the bat. I'll put it in the description. But this plant right here, this variety actually, I found in an Asian supermarket, and these are native to South America. And this particular variety is called, well, what the lady told me. It's funny, all these markets I visit, the language barrier can be a bit of a hindrance, but this is Indian arrow or Mayan arrow. That's what the variety name is. You almost never see this stuff fresh, and even in Oriental or specialty markets, you're never going to find this. And I've grown this a few years, and these plants, this is about full size right here. It's about 4 feet tall. But these plants, as a root crop, are so productive, it's mind-blowing. There's 2 clumps right here. These are actually 2 that I managed to miss in the ground when I was harvesting last year. This is a bit of cassava volunteer. And they came up on their own. They're full size. They actually get covered in beautiful little white iris-looking flowers. And they get little stems when they're getting ready to flower. But these are so productive. This one plant right here, no joking, no kidding, will have 40-50 pounds of roots underneath it come this fall, winter when I'm harvesting it. There's a couple varieties, or at least another variety, that a few people sell here in the US, and they're much shorter, a little fatter. These guys, I'm guessing because they are a commercial variety, get massive roots. I've had these guys 3 feet long and as thick as a baseball bat. Super productive. But besides that, they are easy to grow. No care whatsoever. They take the heat, they take flooding, they take being dry if you have a little bit of a drought like we've had this year. And they just grow tons of food with no input whatsoever. But I only have these 2 plants. I just cleared another bed where I'm putting more in, and I'll go show that to you guys. You can get an idea of what the roots look like. But I have no idea why these are not... Sorry, I'm literally right by my chicken coop. I have no idea why these are not a commercial crop. They have a light flavor. They're not earthy, not bitter or anything. They store for months, dry, on the counter if you wanted to. They have a dormancy period, and then they'll sprout and grow. And like I said, they taste good. The only issue is the roots do have long, indigestible fibers. But that's easy to get around. You either roast the roots and you chew them. You can chew out the potato-like starch. It's really good. Or you just take the raw roots, put them through a blender, strain them out, and use that as a soup base or thickener. Or you strain it out and make your own flour if you're into that. Or you can boil them and put them through a ricer and make it like a mashed potato kind of thing, mashed arrowroot. And they're amazing. They taste great, extremely productive. And here is my barrel full of growing roots that I'm planting out at the moment. These are all smaller ones, but you can see how they sprout. Let's find good. Here's one. And they literally sprout every single node, if you can see it there on the root. Little bumps. Boop, boop, boop. My sound effects. If you cut these into pieces, if you don't have that many, every single one of those will grow into a plant. And you can see how they grow. And I just opened up some new ground. I'm putting these in. And they're literally so easy to grow. Take that here root. Right here. You can see where I'm laying them on the ground. There's the ground right here. There you go. Right there. I just weed whacked this. This ground isn't tilled. It's not forked, anything. I literally took my weed whacker and just mowed the grass down to nothing. And I'm setting these right on the ground. And this here pile of leaves, my stored leaves for the year, I'm running out, will literally just get dumped on top. I'll put about a foot of leaves on these guys, and that's it. That is how I grow these. Surface of the ground, no digging required until harvest, and I dump leaves on top. They're strong enough that when they're actually producing the roots, they'll just poke them down in the ground and actually break up pretty good the soil, especially if hard soil. So they work out perfect for aerating it and breaking up that. And that's it. I will literally get hundreds and hundreds of pounds off this bed here. It's probably 20 by 20 I made it. And super easy. Lots of calories for very little work. This is definitely a crop that people should be growing or should be a commercial crop here in the US. If you plant them early in the year, of course they have a long season. But here we are in the middle of July, and as you can see, I'm just planting these out, and I will harvest these come December. I'm just way behind this year because I've had so much going on. So a lot of my root crops are getting put in extremely late. But that doesn't matter too much. These arrowroots, West Indian arrowroots, are actually a bit day length sensitive. So they don't even start forming roots until the end of August. So, yeah, no issue putting them in this late. And this variety is actually pretty small, like I said before, only about 4 feet, versus a couple other varieties that I have, which have shorter, fatter roots. But those guys can get 10 feet tall sometimes. Massive plants. And they're not as productive. I'm not sure where they originally came from, but this variety here, which is a market variety or probably a commercial variety used for making starch, is just mind-blowing in how productive it is and how large the roots can get with very small plants. 4 foot size plants, and you're getting tens of pounds per plant. Just amazing, guys. So get out there and look it up. Buy some West Indian arrowroot, especially if you can find a good variety. Indian arrow, Mayan arrow, this variety here, native to South America, but very adaptable. You can even grow them in large pots. Tons of food, very little input. This is what everybody needs to be growing right here. Get going, guys. Grow food, especially things where you can just mow the grass down, throw it on top, and put leaves over it. I'll make a video later this year while I'm harvesting them. See you later, guys.